empower any one campus. I think this is just creating an even playing field and letting all students know that it's safe to share their political views here, and we're not going to, persecute or punish them for any of those reasons. So with that, I would like to move to a vote on this Senate resolution.
So a motion is on the table to approve Senate resolution in support of campus free speech and political inclusivity. Can I get a second? Seconded by Senator Cortez Hernandez. At this time, are there any discussion or debate amongst the Senate? Yes, Senator Cole. I'm going to do a speaker list. So I'm going to open up the speaker list. Is there anyone else? Senator Moore. And at this time, I will close the speaker list. Senator Cole.
I really like that we're trying to cater to both sides of the argument. In any kind of conversation, we want to make sure that...
Can you actually use the microphone, please? Thank you. At this time, if you were going to speak, please use the microphone just for both party purposes, because it's hard for them to hear, and for them, when they speak, it's hard for us to hear. Okay?
My only question with this resolution is the fact that it's not on. Is it on now? No? Hello? Can you hear me?
Mine is off. Mine is off. Yeah.
Hello? Okay. So just my only criticism is that because there's no footnotes and there's a lot of facts being put here, I just think to make this resolution more legitimate, and you just need to have those facts. So if you could just table it for the week.
Absolutely, I'm completely open to that. That was a good issue that was brought up in the crowd too.
So, if you would like here you go. If you would like to retract your motion, there's another way to do it that would be faster if our parliamentarian would like to.
Senator just lay on the table, and so that is the name of the motion. So if we vote to lay on the table and that passes, then that's what we vote.
So should I just motion to lay on the table?
Yes.
Okay, well, I move to lay on the table.
A second.
Thank you. So the motion on the floor is to lay on the table Senate resolution in support of campus free speech and political inclusivity. Is there any questions or comments? Senator. So if you say yes, that means it will be tabled until further. If you vote no, that means you do not want it to be on the Senate floor. And you want to make a vote now. Does that make sense? Okay. Are there any other questions? Nope, we'll move this into a vote. All in favor? All opposed? Any abstain? Perfect. With a vote of 1201, motion passes. It is on the table for further notice. Moving on to the next item, which is Senate Bill 021, which is the enactment of Senate Accessibility and Transparency Act. Before we begin, because this is an enactment, which means that it is a revision or a complete replacement of a bylaw, parliamentarian, due to parliamentary procedure, does have some things to add. Okay?
So basically the way this is handled is that when we, can you hear?
Okay.
So the way it's handled is when we have a revision, which is what it is in this case, because we're making so many excessive changes to the bylaws, we have to go section by section and discuss each section of the new bylaw, and then if you want to make an amendment, you make it then. And so once we're done with the amendments for that section, we pull it until we're done with the. So we read it, and then we all discuss that section, with amendments, and then the next section.
We went through most of it last week, so
But
that's why I presented. Yeah,
That's just like.
I wanted to go past this week, but yeah, that's cool.
Thank you. So you have the floor.
Okay. So basically, this Senate bill focuses on, in the past, ASUCR has been criticized for being non-transparent, for being shady, for not being accessible to a lot of the students, and those are all valid concerns, and that's why that's something that I wanted to work on this year. So basically, this edits a lot of the old bylaws that we had under our within our Senate bylaws, and then it also adds a lot of new things to make us more accountable to the students. So, so the Senate meeting transparency. Are we just going to start with section 2, I guess? Then? Well, I'm gonna table it to next week to allow everyone to speak, because this is gonna be a really lengthy process. Please know that we are still gonna be accountable in that week, so this doesn't mean that we're not.
Senator Hira.
So, I move to table this Senate bill on the basis of, a lot of other things to talk about.
Thank you so much, Senator Hira. There is a second on the floor, seconded by Senator Moore. All in favor? All opposed? Any abstains? With a vote of 12-0-0, motion passes. Senate bill is now tabled for further notice.
Thank you, everyone, and we'll discuss this next week.
Hello, can you hear me? Okay. So moving on to the next item on the agenda is ex officio reports. At this time, if you are an ex officio and would like to report and give us updates of events, etc., please do so at this time, and the microphone is here. The left two are two representatives.
Hi everybody, I'm here on behalf of the Documents and Programs. So I'm going to see you all that next week. So week 4 we have an undocumented circle. Just kind of discuss, just to kind of do a nice check-in with everything going on. It's a closed session, so folks have to identify as undocumented. It's going to be on Tuesday, January 31st from 12 to 1:30 in Hub 367. Please check it out if you feel the need to. Like, it's just a safe space. I know with everything that's going on, people are frightened. And lastly, we have Undocumented Programs will be hosting a series of workshops to help students fill out the California Dream Act. There'll be a series of 4 of them. The first one is on February 1st from 11 to 12. The second is February 9th from 2 to 3. February 14th from 1 to 2. And February 23rd from 3 to 4. All these will occur in Undocumented Programs. And to fill out the California Dream Act, all you need to do is bring your parents' taxes / W-2s, your parents' date of birth, date of marriage, and a laptop. So check it out. We can help you fill out all that information. If you have any questions, just come by office. We're located in Costa Hall 224.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Thank you so much, Mo.
Okay. Next week, the LGBT Resource Center is bringing out the founders of the Black Lives Matter movement, Alicia Garza and Patrice Pillars. It's going to be in Hub 302 from 7 to 8:30 p.m. I don't know if I said the date, but it's going to be Wednesday, February 1st. More info can be found on our website along with others, and ours is out.ucr.edu.
Can you say it again? Sorry.
Out.ucr.edu.
Are there any questions? No, thank you so much. Before we begin, really quickly, we do have some extra chairs. So if you all would like a chair, please do grab one on the side. You may continue. Try to turn yours on. There it is.
Alright, hello. So my name is Alberto. I'm here on behalf of Channel City Programs, and so we have quite a few programs coming up. One of the programs that we're coming that's coming up is Black on the Land. The ASUCR is putting on Placenta, which is a conference for cutie pop. So if you identify as queer or trans or a member of the Latino community, we encourage you to come out on February 3rd and 4th. So registration closes on Friday. The first registration deadline had already passed, so those who register won't be getting a t-shirt or a meal, but it's still a great opportunity to come out and have conversations that matter. Other than that, we also have weekly community meetings on some of our largest programs, like Samara and Head, which is a week at the end of February and the beginning of March that celebrates the work that women do and the impact that they have on their lives. So we encourage you to come conference room. We also have our Westside Grad committee meeting on Thursdays from 3 to 4, and our Chicago Latino Youth Conference committee meeting from 2 to 3 on Thursdays. Other than that, we're also hosting the Adolescent Success Series currently. So this upcoming Tuesday, we're going to be having a workshop in Hub 379 from 12 to 1. It's going to be about how to write a statement of purpose. So the theme this quarter is grad school. So for those of you who are thinking about grad school, it's a great way to come out, get some skills that you need in order to apply successfully to graduate school, and then you also get free burrito and horchata out of it. So that's pretty lit. We're also going to be having, so the UCR Latino Play Project putting on a performance of Water by the Spoonful, which is a Pulitzer Prize winning play. But January 27th and Saturday, January 28th from 7 to 9 down at the Culver Center or Arts Block. And then we're also hosting right now the Sunset Charters 5K Run Walk. That's going to be April 8th, 2017. From 7 to 11. You can register as an individual or as a team of 5. And then finally, right now, the ethnic and gender offices are presenting Unity Hours every week on Tuesdays, or on Wednesdays at 12. So it's a shifting, it shifts by the week where it's hosted at. Next week is going to be at APSP. And I'd like to take a second to recognize the only senator who came out, Shayla Cole. So thank you for being there, and thank you for being part of our conversation on how solidarity works in our community. So that's it.
Okay. Are there any questions? Yes.
May I see the flyer for the grad program, for the graduate program?
Is there a place where you can get all this information?
Yeah. So I would say the best way to look at it like this would be through our social media pages.
Okay.
So Facebook / Chicago Student Programs, and then CSB Vesta is also our profile.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Nope. Thank you. Are there any other ex officios at this time? If not, we will be moving on to public forum. So public forum is a time for you all to come and discuss any necessary needs and needs that you all want to discuss to the Senate floor so that we may assist you and help you in any other way. So before we begin, just going over some housekeeping rules, what we're going to do is we're going to do 10 minutes of public forum that has nothing to do with the Senate resolution regarding with 007. So we're going to do that after the 10 minutes. And how it's going to work, it's going to be 20 minutes per side, because I know there's 2 different groups here. If there's more, are there any more opposing groups or, nope? So there's 2 groups. We're going to do 20 minutes for each side. You all have 20 minutes to discuss. There will be no extension of time. And you all can send as many number of representatives as you want to come to talk to us, but you only get 20 minutes. Does that make sense? Is that clear for everyone? Well, I am the chair. So. Huh? No, just because we want to limit the conversation now because this will come up maybe again next week, so we want to ensure that both sides are fair. We're doing this because it's keeping it fair. If one side is talking too much, then it's unfair for the other side, etc. So we want to make sure that both sides have the necessary amount of needs, but also making sure that it's efficient time for both sides.
Considering like the weight of the conversation,
Okay, so would you all rather do representative no extension of time, a limited amount of time, just to make it fair, because if we extend time on one side, we need to extend time on the other side. So no extension on time, just a flat out time for each. Would you rather do a number of representatives, or would you rather do time? So if it's number of representatives, how it would work, let's say, I'm just gonna give it so it'd be 3 representatives, and each representative has 3 minutes. 20 per side. It's 20 per side. So just make that clarification, it's 20 per side, so total of 40 minutes. Does that make, do you have questions on that? So, yes, would you all rather have representatives, or would you all rather have time?
I have a question real
Yes.
quick. Since it is our resolution that we're speaking on, can we get allocated a separate amount of time to actually present on the resolution?
So because the resolution has not gone through a legislative review committee, it cannot be discussed during Senate floor. It can only go through public forum. Does that make sense?
Could time be yielded to us to present on the resolution? Or
We
present on it
were
specifically?
told we were gonna present it, we have a
Yeah.
PowerPoint and everything.
We were told multiple times.
Wait, give us a second, we're talking to our parliamentarian to ensure that it is going through our constitution and bylaws and procedures to ensure the efficiency of this meeting and make it as fair for all sides as possible. Hopefully that you all understand that, okay?
Do you want to switch? Do you want to switch? Okay.
I want to hear what they have to say. I really have to hear this.
Yeah, it might be really. Do you think we should try and find a different seat?
How do you see that? I'm so confused. I hate technology so much.
Have you been trying to avoid his arm the whole time?
No, it's manageable. Okay, we really need to
We're going to take a
rethink
quick
it.
recess of 5 minutes, really quickly, just so I can discuss it.
I wanted to get this. Damn it.
Do you want to switch it? Yeah, it's on right now. How charged is your phone?
Yeah, okay. So he's not comfortable with like
How charged is your phone?
whatever is cool to let you guys know before you take a picture. Well, just like to get filmed.
Oh yeah, this is a live stream.
Sorry?
A live stream.
It's live stream. Oh, okay. So how
Maybe you can maybe face it away from them. Like you don't want pictures taken.
No, I'm saying not for me, but in case somebody doesn't want, because you know the pictures of the live stream can be used for whatever reason.
It's only going to be the back of their heads.
Yeah.
And if they're speaking to the Senate, so it would only be the back of their heads. Would that be a problem?
But it will be turning around as well, yeah.
It's up to them. But
I mean, they got to turn around the water off. Sorry.
Should I end the